garden project you're about to see demonstrates the power of collaboration. Here, a couple of retired guys with gardening experience get together with nonprofits, the local government, students, the homeless, and local merchants to produce fresh produce. The garden is not only producing fresh, healthy food, but is also providing an opportunity for giving back.
I just enjoy being out here in the morning. It's just a wonderful place to be, you know. I get a lot of support and help from the Morrissey crew. So, volunteering out here is just a small way that I give back, working alongside other fellow Morrissey project members. It inspires me, to just come back every day,
So the people that are part of the Mowgli group, are you all out of the jungle or formerly lived in the jungle?
Yes.
Yes.
So all three of you lived in the jungle?
Yes.
Yes.
How long were you living there?
Well, I lived in the jungle about, I want to say, from the opening of the jungle.
Wow.
So I've been there, periodically off and on for several years.
Okay.
And I've been in and out of it for the last couple of years,
Yeah, 3-4 years.
And I just, it's just a blessing that Downtown Street Team is, collaborating with the city, I guess.
Loaves and Fishes, yeah.
And Loaves and Fishes, as far as the volunteering thing, it's, it's a beautiful thing because of it. It gives you a chance to give back, and it's, like people that come from our walk of life, we never was into that type of thing, and with everything that Street Team and Mowgli is doing for us, it makes you want to give out a reaching hand, even though, we still have the trials and tribulations we're going through.
Sure. And what about after the jungle closed? Where did you end up living?
In my van most of the time.
And I got blessed through the Mowgli project and possibly, I guess, the city of San Jose. They helped me get a 1-bedroom apartment. So I'm just so grateful to them for that. It's almost impossible for me not to be able to just do this little bit of volunteer work.
I love work here. I love all meetings. I love handling.
And Alex as well, he got a 1-bedroom
I have one.
through the Mowgli project,
And so Downtown Street Team and Mowgli Project, they're doing a lot of good work, man, in the city.
So before you did this, did you ever do gardening before?
Not me.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you, not me. I never thought for 1 minute I'd even be patient enough to show up here every day.
But you know what, though? I love it because, like, my mother has a garden, so now I could go help her, you know what I'm saying, and actually know what I'm doing, so, so it's a blessing in that sense to where now I could go help my moms. I get to, hang out with Chuck and them, Chuck and David, Ed, and Larry.
Well, I really get a thrill out of being with them because they teach me a lot, There's a lot of wisdom and knowledge there, you know what I'm saying, and it's always a different turn of events when I come here. They're either showing me how to plant something, or showing me how to till the ground, or showing me how to nourish the ground. It's just always a fun experience working with them. And our breaks and lunches are just fabulous. Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, my name is Dave Romeri, and I had an idea while I was volunteering at Loaves and Fishes at Envision when we were at another facility, and the idea was if we had a location where we can grow vegetables, it would be beneficial to Loaves and Fishes because the stuff we were receiving did not look palatable. It wasn't fresh. It was, I don't know, picked maybe a week before or 2 weeks, or could be. And so I thought, well, maybe if I asked the executive director at the time, it was Christina, if we can possibly do that. And she was okay with it. So I did look around at a lot of locations, and as it turned out, we moved out of Envision for a lot of reasons and ended up finding Goodwill. And Goodwill was kind enough to offer a facility that did provided a kitchen, a dining room, and lo and behold, a wonderful plot back here.
One day Dave walked up to Larry and I and said, my name's Chuck Hayden, but one day Dave walked up and said, hey, would you guys like to work in a garden? And silly Larry and I said, oh, sure. And he said, just going to be a little place.
Yeah.
Because what Dave first thought was going to be the garden was way on the other side. But Goodwill said, no, we have this area over here. So what I thought was going to be a very small garden turns out to be this place. And we're still friends.
When did you start doing this garden? When did it begin?
We're going on our third year. And it started out with just one plot over there in the corner. And we planted, stuff was growing, it looked so great. We said, well, let's do another one, and another one, and another one. And we had, before we started, this place was a mess. It was just weeds that were 6 feet tall, a lot of brambles, a lot of dead trees. And we cleared it, rototilled it, raked it, and I happened to know a lot of people. I was connected with through landscape construction, which I did for many years, and we were able to get materials donated. For instance, this chipped mulch from a tree guy that I know, Imperial Tree, and
it's free.
And it's free whenever we need it. He has loads and he brings it over and dumps it, and we're very happy with that. Out of the generosity of Economy Lumber in Campbell, we are able to pick up materials for wood and anything we need to build here. We were able to do so. Also, just many donors. The biggest one being Coyote Valley Nursery, and they were so generous. They were never, and they still are. We pick up materials as we need it, plant materials, and it's all donated. We do have a little greenhouse. We don't want to take full advantage of that, so we're growing our own seeds. We just started really getting into it. Chuck's pretty much in charge of the greenhouse and propagating plants through seeds, nursery practice, and we have Ed Russo over here, who's he came aboard about 2 years ago.
Right.
And
about 2 years ago now.
And he's worked in very well. Made a gardener out of him.
I told him I totally know nothing about gardens, and so they helped me learn. And so
What were you doing before it? Before you did this?
I worked for Control Data Corporation for 30 years. So I was a computer geek. Worked in Europe for 13 years and that time.
And can you tell us a little bit about the people that work in the garden? Who works here?
We have various people, groups, high school kids, streets teams, and it's been worked out very well. We have, they come in with not knowing much, but it doesn't take long before they're getting with it, and they know how to pick and cultivate in between the rows, and anything we ask them, they do. We give them instruction first, and it worked out well.
Yeah, we had a young lady from the streets team. Her name was Arcadia. And she was working out trimming basil. And I don't know if you've bumped into basil before, but it's really pungent. And she was out there, and I walked past her, and I heard her crying. And I said, "Are you okay? Is there something wrong?" And she says, oh no. I said, what's happened? And she said, well, it's so peaceful out here and so quiet, and this place just gets me thinking about what it was like when I was a kid, and I just couldn't help but cry. So it's along with a lot of hard work out here, it's very cathartic. It does help, and it helps me too. Dave and I and Ed are retired, and it's probably the best place to do something and keep our hands busy and keep out of mischief.
It's a real reward to do this stuff.
It is, yeah.
Especially since we're growing it, picking it, cleaning it, delivering it, and we actually work in the kitchen making salads out of the stuff that we produce.
Yeah.
So it's...
How many people do you have normally that are working here at a given time?
Well, ordinarily we have four regulars, and then on Mondays we have one person who comes out. Carol comes out. On Thursday, Gigi is here. And she's right over there. She's in amongst the sweet peas right now. And then we have street team guys. Sometimes there's one, sometimes like today there's three. So it kind of varies.
And you were telling me before about the amount of produce that you produce here. What were those numbers again?
Well, it depends on the time of year. In the summertime, when we have all the summer crops, tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce is all year. Some of the numbers on the tomatoes are a bucket will hold 25 pounds, and we probably deliver and pick at least 3 buckets
a day.
Wow.
I mean,
For about
tomatoes
3 or 4
really,
weeks.
really are prolific.
Yeah.
And same with the zucchini.
Zucchini
And
just
as
nuts.
everybody knows, that's probably going to be the first vegetable to grow on the moon. Without any care, it just keeps coming. And what else?
Well, we can
string beans.
String beans. We're 50, 60 pounds a day for at least 2 weeks. We had lettuce goes pretty quickly here. We can every 3 weeks we can recycle, we replant, and we did 6 replants, and we were at about 1,000 heads of lettuce per planting. So stuff like that, and hot peppers. They eat them like candy, and so we grew a lot of those.
Okay, thanks very much.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.